standing in the lights of the holidays. Think that I can say with some certainty it's been the wildest year that I've ever seen. Somehow seems I survived. My mind's been racing here and there. Sometimes I only stand and stare, overwhelmed and hope you understand. When solid ground turns into dust and I cannot tell who I can trust, that's when you come take my hand.
Hi friends, welcome to another Clean With Us. Today we're talking all things back to school. Specifically, we're doing a back to school reset. You came here for a cleaning channel, and that is exactly what you're going to get. Our school reset isn't just school supply shopping, pantry stocking, and clothing tips, although those are all mentioned. We do a lot of cleaning. Our cleaning comes with checklists this time. Checklist for you and for the kids, so don't forget to check out our Etsy shop. This can be found in the description below. And if you like all things cleaning and organizing, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. I'm Lana.
I'm Laura.
And we're two identical twins who love to clean and tidy.
And although summer was too short, we're ready to get back into the routine.
Our intention with the bathroom project was just to do a tidy, but as we started getting in there, realizing not only how dirty it was, but that my girls have been constantly struggling with finding some of their basic things, especially hairbrushes, we knew it was time to revisit this bathroom and organize it, getting ready for back to school. With us going back to school in the next 2 weeks, we knew we had to target areas of the house that the kids were going to be spending the most time in the morning. So we decided to focus on the kitchen and the bathroom.
And their bedrooms.
When we were working in here, we also knew that we needed to kind of brighten up the space a little bit and decided to order a new shower curtain and paint the vanity.
Our theory, just like when a kid gets a backpack for the first day of school and it kind of makes them excited about school, we wanted them to be excited about getting ready in the morning.
And of course, the organization of the vanity was the most important thing. You'll see that at the end of the video. Here, Laura and I are deciding to do some school supply shopping for my kids. Sometimes we take them with us, especially when we want them to pick out like custom things like cool folders and notebooks. But here, we're just collecting the basics, the crayons, the glues, stuff that would be kind of stressful if they were with us doing the shopping.
I don't have kids, but I remember enjoying going school supply shopping. From a parent's perspective, do you want to take your kids with you? Do you just want to get everything and bring it home? Let us know in the comments below.
Even though we're shopping at Walmart, we also went to Target for some folders, and then we also ordered some of our supplies online, including our teacher gifts. One of the best ways you can support your child's teacher is by asking them if they have an Amazon store. If you're looking for a way to support one of your favorite teachers,
no shame plug!
Check out the description for my Amazon wish list. This is something that I use every single year, and at this point in my career, I can't feel guilty about asking for help. Being a teacher's hard. Getting all this stuff for my kids to have an amazing experience is difficult. So I'm gonna ask away and look for people who are willing to support my amazing students in my classroom. I don't see any Lisa Frank folders. Yeah, that would be adorable if my kids liked Lisa Frank, but instead we actually colorize everything. My oldest gets everything teal and my youngest gets everything pink. We've been doing this ever since we've had 2 kids, is that each kid gets their own color, and you'll see that in their bedrooms. You'll also see that in their bathroom as we do a combo of the 2 colors. And then even we do a memory box at the end of this video for their school years. Please take a look at that, check it out, and we also, of course, make sure it's their colors.
It's not all about the kids. I love that you're setting up your backpack, and yes, you're a teacher, but I think that in most places that you work, it might not be a bad idea to have a backpack or a small bag with your stuff that you need for the day in it. Something you made that I love is the morning evening checklist.
Yeah, my girls both have morning and evening checklists that really help us get organized. What sets these checklists apart from most that I've seen online is that they have pictures. And developmentally, we need to target our checklist towards my youngest daughter. So we make sure that everything, since she can't read yet, has a picture. So our getting our pajamas on has pajamas next to it. A lot of the checklists I see online are just words. And so definitely take a look at this, see if this will work for your family.
All right, so we're starting our back to school lunch prep. We've got our lunch boxes and our little thermoses.
And this is where we're going to practice with our girls. We've been doing this for the last 2 weeks, where every day we pack their lunch, because that way they can kind of simulate what it's going to be when they have home lunch.
Now, there are some great YouTube channels that do this so well. Make sure to check them out. They do great lunchbox. It's almost artwork. They cut things up so beautifully. And then there's some realistic lunch packing. We're just going to show you guys what we did, and we have some questions about it. If you guys have ever had to pack, your kid a school lunch and have ever had to try to do a warm lunch, how did that work for you?
We made ramen and spaghetti for my kids, and I will tell you, it was a big, epic fail. I thought I was following the directions well, but I wasn't. So if you guys have ideas for really good back-to-school lunches, especially for really picky eaters, please put it in the comments below so that I can be inspired and start making my kids some better lunches. After 2 days of not great lunch results, I decided to make a meal plan and start looking at the calendar ahead of time. Start thinking about what each girl's gonna have for each day of the week.
We picked this up at Aldi for $10, and water bottle holders have really transformed so many spaces that we've been cleaning lately. Love them.
Laura and I have cleaned a lot of houses with water bottle storage and a plethora of water bottles. In our house, we have pretty minimal water bottle collection. We have school water bottles, home water bottles. The girls each have a thermos that's for hot liquids, which we don't use very often. And then Matt, my husband, and I have each a water bottle as well. Because it's the next day, we had to do some more cleaning in the kitchen, also some dancing while we were at it, but our kitchen gets dirty so quickly so that we... Laura, stop. Our kitchen gets dirty so quickly, but one thing that's been helping is our daily reset routine sheet. This is something my husband and I do every single night. We do a 30-minute reset to get our life back in order. And so definitely check out that checklist. Worth it.
Let's talk about kids and food for a second.
There are a ton of parenting philosophies on how to get your kids to eat, and we've definitely tried a few things, but we have really picky eaters, and although we offer tons of healthy choices like strawberries and apples, after school hours, our kids can eat whatever they want out of the pantry. They'll have like a window of time they can eat snacks until dinner.
In a moment, you're going to see the pantry, and yes, you're going to see chips and pretzels, but you're going to see applesauces and like granola bars. There are lots of choices, but after school, sometimes the kids just need a little snack to get them through, whatever activity we have coming up, like gymnastics or dance.
Hold on tight, I'm on my way. 'Cause everything's perfect when I'm with you. My love is just need you to be true with me. 'Cause baby, I've just been following your voice just to see that you have been making me more paranoid. How about losing you forever? I can't imagine my life if I lose you forever.
This is an area of our home that we really do not like. We call it the crap catcher, but we try to maximize its potential and kind of turn it into our command center. So this is where the lunch choices are going to be, our calendar, and as you'll see in a moment, also our chore charts. It's also where Laura puts her stuff on her way back to her house.
We get lots of comments asking if we live together, and we do not live together, but we live very close to each other. We have connecting backyards, and our dad helped us build a gate so that we can come, to and from each other's yards, and it is like a dream come true. Sometimes I just cannot believe how blessed we are. This is literally our dream, is to live next to each other, so thankful for that. But when my stuff isn't taking over her house, we try to, like Lana said, maximize the space.
It took a few years, but we finally found a chore system that works really well with my kids. We're going to be showing you guys what we currently use, and then also know that we did create some chore chart options on our Etsy shop. It comes in a pack. It's like 6 pieces for $1. It's definitely a good deal. Check that out.
And not to sound like everyone's grandpa, but
back in my day.
Exactly. When we were kids, we didn't have a chore chart or a reward system. We were told to do the dishes, and we did the dishes. And this is way more fun. I love that our generation is raising these kids.
You mean like with choice and empathy and empowerment?
What are those words? I'm going to go to my corner.
If you're a parent, what chores are your kids responsible for? How old are they, and what did they do to contribute to the house? I have a 6 and a 9-year-old, and so visuals are really important with our chore chart. So this is my first edition of the chore chart. We've technically upgraded since here to different images and smaller cards, but basically we put our kids' picture on a line, and then we put the chores we want them to do for the day next to their name, and any shared chores go in the shared line that's in between them. We have 2 different versions of chore charts in our Etsy shop, so you can have the more adult or more grown-up one that just has blanks with days of the week on it, but you can also have these chore chart cards that are aesthetically pleasing and visual for your kids. Just ordered a new thermos because my youngest doesn't really work very well, so I bought her an identical one. Oh my gosh. To my oldest one. So let me show you guys our lunch drawer. So this is where we put the girls' lunch stuff. This is her old one, and you can see the lid's coming off of it. It's just not working. So instead, we now have 2 matching thermoses. We also have all these awesome little lunch trays that we got off of Amazon. We've got the other size too, and this is where their lunchbox sits. Then I've got these cute little lunch sandwich bags. This one is my sandwich bag. I've had it for years, which is why it's all stained, but just wrap your sandwiches in that. And then we also have all these little dressing containers that we put either sugar or dressing and so forth, and silverware containers as well.
Now we're heading off to the girls' bedrooms. Now, I am just the aunt, so I'm not a parent, but something that honestly brings me joy are checklists. And I feel like if I had kids, we'd have a checklist for everything. A morning checklist, a night checklist, and definitely a room cleaning checklist. So Lana actually has made those. They are, again, available on our Etsy shop, but more importantly, we're going to actually demonstrate how these work. Whether you decide to download or honestly just write it out on a piece of paper for your kids, step-by-step instructions are so important. We grew up in a generation where we were told just to clean our room, and we're kind of expected to know how to do that. And we've evolved since then. Our parenting style has changed, and we're more discipline/learning centered instead of force to do these things.
When making checklists, we try to keep steps to 6 or less. Honestly, 4 and 5 are really ideal for kids to remember. But in the process of making the bed, we always start with this because it's one of the most refreshing chores. It makes a huge visual difference, and it creates a platform for later chores like folding clothes.
We're on to the next step in the checklist, and that's just getting rid of everything that doesn't belong. Right now, I'm pretending to be one of Lana's children, and we have a little basket with us. So we're going over these steps, and we have a checklist, but depending on the age of your kids, you can also teach them methods for cleaning.
While we're collecting those things that don't belong, we're actually using the top to bottom, left to right method and going around the perimeter of the room, and we'll end up resulting right in the middle of the room for any piles of things that are on the floor. All right, we're moving on to step 3, which is collecting dirty laundry. Normally, the girls' laundry would be in the laundry baskets, but our laundry baskets were ironically stolen from a garage sale. It's a long story, so we're just having piles until the new ones come in from Amazon.
So we grew up in a split household, so my mom would absolutely clean our rooms for us, make the beds, and my dad definitely didn't do the chores for us. What is your style with that? Do you actually clean the room with your kids? How do you support your kids in cleaning their rooms? Let us know in the comments below.
Step 4 is we focus on putting books and toys away. Now, every child's room is different. In our house, our kids are not allowed to bring toys into their rooms. They can only have stuffed animals and American Girl dolls and no accessories. Everything has to stay in the playroom, but it doesn't mean that they don't make their way into the girls' rooms. But this step really helps to keep their rooms minimal, and that means easier to clean.
Once the toys and books are put away and the floor is clear, then the last step is just to put the clean clothes away.
Some systems that we use to help keep our kids' closet organized is we use a rainbow method. Our kids do not prepare their clothes the day before because they really don't know what they want to wear, and so we keep things organized by having designated clothes drawers, so shorts drawer, pants drawer, so forth. And then again, all of their clothes are hung by length. So short sleeve shirts are on the bottom left, hoodies are above that, dresses are on the top right, and then below that are long sleeve shirts, again in rainbow order, so that depending on how they feel, they can pick their clothes.
Okay, can I just come in with something again with no parenting experience?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, basically, I feel like that's really hard to do. I know what a rainbow looks like, don't get me wrong, but if I would be annoyed putting the clothes away, having to know the length, having to know that it needs to be in rainbow order. If I'm struggling with that, I feel like a kid would struggle with that.
Oh, absolutely. I can see this can be very overwhelming, especially if you have a lot of stuff. But in our house, we have very strict boundaries on clothes. You can actually see that this closet has a lot of blank space. It's because my girls are only allowed to have 40 hangers. That's it. And so anyone can organize small sections of clothes in a rainbow order. She has 5 long sleeve shirts, and you can see red, white, black, black, black. And if you look over on the upper left, she has 4 hoodies. And this really helps keep things clean and organized, and kids can do it when we give them less to work with.
I just can't wait till she's a teenager. It'll be so much easier because everything will just be black. So it seems to me that maybe, yes, that's a really good system, but the idea is maybe to have a system and to actually stick to it so your kids can see you stick with a system.
Yeah, the routine is so important, especially when we get back into school. My kids know what to expect when getting ready in the morning. I tried for years to prepare their clothes ahead of time, and it didn't work for them. And so when we finally gave them free reign of their closet to choose what they wanted to wear each day, it really helped empower them, but also we were able to create a manageable system that everyone in the house knows how to follow. All right, so one thing that I feel like every family needs is a goodbye bin. So my girls are in charge of when they're getting dressed if something doesn't fit them anymore. So let's just say this red shirt. So if my oldest is getting dressed and she doesn't either like the style or doesn't like how it fits, she throws it in this bin. And that is my cue when the bin gets full to go through it, make sure there's anything that can't go to my second kid, but otherwise it'll get donated either to a charity shop or into our friend group.
If you know anyone having a baby or fostering or adopting, then this is a really cool gift idea.
Organizing sentimental things can be really difficult. And so one thing we did is we got these file boxes and we got hanging file folders in my girls' colors, pink and teal. And we went through and marked each of the folders with a stage of life. So baby to toddler, preschool to kindergarten first, and so forth. And as the paperwork from school starts to come in, we fill their file folder with things that we think are precious or important, that might be important to them one day.
Like school pictures and artwork and those, Mother's Day little sentimental things.
We talk about physical boundaries all the time, and I know parents struggle when collecting paperwork of their kids. And I'm honestly pro throw everything away. When my kids bring home artwork, I'm like, oh, precious. And then it goes in the recycling bin when they're not looking. But this is a boundary where you can only fit so much in these folders. So if you overpack them, it would be a good way for you to look and really analyze what you're keeping of their kids. Because remember, this is something that you're going to give to them one day. And are they going to want everything they created in second grade or just the really special stuff?
In a moment, we're going to be going back to the bathroom. You guys are going to see some decorating, but more importantly, you're going to see that organization, that drawer organization for toothbrushes and hairbrushes.
We have like 6 hairbrushes in this house, and I know we live a very minimal life, but not when it comes to hairbrushes. They are just lost all the time. So this is like my last ditch effort. If this doesn't work, I'm chaining the brushes to the drawers.
I love the pink vanity with the gold fixtures. I think that's absolutely gorgeous.
This was inspired by the combination of pink and teal and this shower curtain that I found on Amazon. Don't forget to check out the description with all of our affiliated links. Everything we used in these projects are down below. In order to plan, sometimes you just need to look around. As we were going through this bathroom a few months ago, we didn't realize that the mirror was actually a medicine cabinet. And so we just had tons of unutilized space that we definitely wanted to take advantage of for this project. This toothpaste mess was too much. There was basically nothing that could fit in this drawer except for toothpaste stuff. So we decided to move their brand new toothbrushes, which I think you'll see in a minute, and their toothpaste up to the medicine cabinet. And then each girl got their own drawer, and in their drawer is going to be their hair accessories. So their detangler and their brushes and scrunchies.
What we're hoping for that has worked for like mini projects in the past is that the girls take some ownership of their drawers. Instead of having a shared space where they can kind of blame each other and there's no accountability, if they have their own drawer that mom and dad can check on and ask them to tidy, that, the shared toothpaste space behind the medicine cabinet, is still there, but it's also a lot harder just to chuck things back there, unlike in this drawer where, it was just easy to throw it in, forget about it. I think this is going to be more sanitary, and I think it's going to actually make the kids want to keep their space neat. We're giving this hidden storage a nice little wipe down. We're going to put toothbrushes and toothpaste and maybe some nail polish in there.
As we are approaching the end of our video, think about what can you do at your house to get ready for back to school. We're going to play some music and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you so much for watching.
If you haven't done so, don't forget to like and subscribe. We want to invite you guys into our YouTube family. We love your comments and we love being a part of this cleaning world together. So do so that we can keep this train going. Choo choo!
Make sure to check out our TikTok. We post on there twice a day, lots of laughs, some seriousness, but always cleaning and tidying.
Our cleaning playlist has tons of videos for every room of the house. So if you want to check out kitchen cleans or decluttering videos, it's all there for you.
We also do types of clean like decluttering, deep cleaning. We go into some awesome cleaning methods. Make sure to check it out. And as always, we want to know,
what should we clean next?